Good morning, Abusheni, Sanibonani. Welcome to another YouTube video by Idani Prof Mauda. So today I'm going to quickly demonstrate how we solve the equations reducible to homogeneous equation. So these are the conditions that we have. So dy over dx is equal to a certain function of f of x and y. So this will be a form of a quotient wherein your numerator it's a linear function and the denominator it's a linear function, which is in that particular format. So I'm going to show you how we identify a1. A1 is simply the coefficient of x on the numerator. B1 is simply the coefficient of y on the numerator again, and a2 is the coefficient of x in the denominator. B2 is the coefficient of y in the denominator. So after that, we have to solve this using a homogeneous equation. We have to reduce it in such a way that we can solve it using homogeneous equation. So that is the example that I took. So I'm only going to take to do case 1 because it's the one which is most common, and it's the one which I found a question related to that on the previous question papers. And then the funders know that it's so yes. So let's continue. So if there was no 3 there and then that -5, this equation will be homogeneous. So this is just another way of trying to get rid of that. If this 3 was not there and that -5 was not there, this equation will be homogeneous. So what we're trying to do here essentially is just a way of trying to get rid of that 3 and 5 so that this is homogeneous, because we know how to solve homogeneous equation. You should know how to solve a homogeneous equation. So if you don't know, please go and watch my previous video. So the first thing that we're going to do is to check d if it's not equal to 0. So let's find our d. So we said d is given by a1, b1, a2, b2. So I said a1 is the coefficient of x on the numerator, which is 1. b1 is the coefficient of y, which is -1, and a2 is the coefficient of x on the denominator. b2 is the coefficient of y in the denominator. So this is 1. So this is just a determinant. If you're forgotten how to find a determinant, go to that little brother of yours who's doing first tutorial. She will show you, or your crush, or your girlfriend. I don't think she will mind. 1 plus 1. So you can see 2 is not equal to 0. So that condition is satisfied. So after that, we need to solve these two equations simultaneously. If you've forgotten how to solve simultaneous equation, just swallow your pride, guys, just so that you can pass. Swallow your pride. Go to that little brother of yours who's doing grade 9 or 8. I think I will show you. He might even explain this better than me. X plus y minus 5 equal to 0. So let me just solve this simultaneous equation. This will be part of those things that you need to know but you're afraid to ask. So x minus y equals to -3. X plus y equals 2. So let me just call this equation 1. Call that equation 2. If we add equation 1 and 2, why are we adding equation 1 and 2? Because we want to use the elimination method. 2x equals to -3 plus 5, that's 2. So x is equals to 1. So from equation 2, x plus y equals to 5. So y equals to 5 minus x. So, and our x, we know it's 1. So this means that our y is equals to 4. So I remember in those initial conditions that I gave you, we said after this we let x equals to u plus h. And what is this h? This h is the solution of x. So u plus 1. And then we let y equals to v plus k is the chiefs, or that k that you get from your crush when she's mean to you, v plus 4. So that's our h and k. So after that, we need to find the x over the u. So the x over the u equals to 1. And then we also need to find dy over dv, which is also equal to 1. So if we cross multiply, this implies that the x equals to du, and this implies that dy equals to dv, not dv, but dv. So now what we're going to do, we're going to perform some substitutions. So let's continue. So now we're going to perform all the necessary substitutions. So this is what we're going to do. So in place of dy we can put dv, and then in place of the x you can put du, since they're equal. In place of x, this means that we're going to put u plus 1, and in place of y we put v plus 4. In place of v plus 4 plus 3, and then I'll also do the same thing. In place of x you put u plus 1, replace y with v plus 4 minus 5, dv equals to du, u minus v. So if you say 1 minus 4 plus 3, so that's negative 3 plus 3, which is 0. So here we have u plus v. 1 plus 4 minus 5, it's 0 again. So that's our equation now. It's in the it's a homogeneous equation. So now we can apply the techniques that we learned in homogeneous equation to solve this particular problem. So here, because remember when we were still doing the homogeneous, we said we let y equals to vx, but here we cannot use that substitution because we have already gotten rid of y and x. So here we're going to say let v equal to z u. So do not be confused by variables. The procedure is just the same. It's just that we're using different variables, so don't get confused by that. So we use the product rule again. dv over du equals to, so both z and u are functions of u, so that's why we need to use product rule. So derivative of u with respect to z, that's with respect to u, it's 1 plus z plus u, dz over du. So after that, we need to do the necessary substitutions. Let's perform the substitution. So in place of dv over du, I'm gonna put that guy there. That guy is coming there. Z plus u dz over du equal to, so in place of u I'm gonna put u, minus in place of v I'm gonna put zu, and in place of u plus zu again. Sorry, it seems just it is here. So z plus u dz over du. So take out the common factor of u there. 1 minus z u into 1 plus z. So this guy and that guy will chop. So after they chop each other, we have 1 minus z, 1 plus z, z plus u plus dz over du. I hope you are carrying me. So from there, and I also hope I didn't forget to press the record button. Imagine on your wedding day, like the videographer forgets to press the record button, then you have to kiss the bride all over again, and that was your best kiss, you know. Yeah, so it becomes a problem, you know. and some of us are not that good, are not good kissers. So repeating it all over again might be a problem. U dz over du equals to 1 minus z, 1 plus z. We take z to the other side, so when it goes that side, it changes the signing. It's no longer called a positive, but it's negative. 1 plus z equals to LCD. If you've forgotten how to take the LCD, I'll go to that little brother of yours doing grade 7 and show you how to take the LCD. So now we're going to multiply we're going to expand. So let's continue with our tutorial. So this is going to give us u dz over du equal to 1 plus z, 1 minus z minus z minus z squared. This one chowed a lot of people this other day. Well, I gave it as a DIY, do it yourself problem. Yeah, so it chowed a lot of people, it showed them flames. So now let's cross multiply. Cross multiply, this is what we have. So we have u into 1 plus z. The z multiplication is no order base. 1 minus 2z minus z squared. I'm doing it for the sake of people like Polosa. So du. So now we divide both sides by this. So 1 minus 2z minus z squared. 1 minus 2z minus z squared. So after that you can also divide by u. I'll divide by u both sides there. Chopper. So we have 1 plus z into 1 minus 2z minus z squared dz. Don't be confused by these funny variables. Nothing has changed, guys. We're just still trying to integrate. So to integrate this, we need the user to do. I know some of you have forgotten. First in integration, let u equals to 1 minus 2z minus z squared. So du will become negative 2 minus 2z du. Dz, sorry for that. So du equals to, we can take out the common factor of negative 2 there. So negative 2 into 1 plus z dz, negative 2, so negative half du equals to 1 plus z dz. Not dz, only one rise, man. Not that dz. Because once people think of food, they can't focus anymore. You have to focus, guys. We're almost there. So let's continue. So from there, we're going to have in place of 1 plus this dz dz. Yeah, this is this. So you can put negative half. I've lost my other marker. The devil is a liar. I found it. I hope I didn't forget to press the record button. I didn't. Okay, thank you. I think I can be a good photographer. Okay, sorry. Yeah, our u is not this. Our u is 1 minus z squared. I don't even know how I got it right. So our u is that. So let's replace the 1 over. I think I should not use u because we already have u that side. But I know it's a use of situation. Let's just use a different variable. Let's say w, since we have got u on the other side, and then so yeah, just to simplify our life. So 1 over w negative half dw. equals to 1 over u du. So negative u 1 over w dw. So if you don't know how to do dw, you are going to write bmw very soon. The rhyme negative half ln w equals to ln ru plus c. So remember that our w was given by 1 minus 2z minus z squared equals to ln u plus c. Remember along the way we said let v equals to z u. So this means that whenever this implies that z equals to v over u. So wherever there is z, we can put v over u. So this is negative half ln of negative half ln of 1 minus 2 v over u minus v over u squared equals to ln u plus c. So this is going to be negative half ln of 1 minus 2. So remember initially we said x equals to u plus 1. I don't know if you still remember this. V equals to, you know it's simple, but it's just that it's long. V plus 4. This implies that u equals to x minus 1, and this implies that this is y. This implies that, and that's 4. So this implies that v equals to y minus 4. So let's perform the necessary substitution. Y minus 4, x minus 1, y minus 4, x minus 1. So I forgot the absolute value there. Ln of x minus 1 plus c. Thank you for watching my video. I'll see you in another tutorial. All the best in your test.